Okay, so admittedly, I thought it was just gonna go straight to the menu. I didn't expect all that stuff. Nevertheless, D-Night guys, it's me, Sergeant Major Mario. What is up? Welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Out on other consoles, of course. I've been looking forward to this for a while because I love the Stanley Parable. Why am I being quiet? I always do it at the start of every game I start a new stream on. I always stay quiet until the menu comes on. You know, in case it has any intros or anything like that. I'm always quiet unless I'm in a call with friends and they can't keep their mouth shut. No, I'm not throwing shade. What are you on about? Let me just look at the controls. Yep, definitely invert y-axis. Okay. Go back to being quiet, please. Can't really do anything about the field of view until I actually play the fucking game. Actually, let me check the playback a moment. Cool. Right, audio, sure. Controls, simplified controls. Oh. Yeah, right, sure. Every button's interact. Fuck it, why not? Oh, it's probably... There you go. What else we got? Medium will do for now. Background opacity, sure, leave that as it is. Achievement pop-ups, okay. Alright, sure. Yeah, begin the game. The end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Good to hear that narrative voice.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427.
That wire is going through that
and
chair
he
wheel.
pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been...
See, what you don't know is that Stanley is helping someone write their novel.
And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
That is a really slow camera. Okay. I mean, doesn't make it any better, but... That's tolerable, I guess, but that's literally on the highest setting it would go, but alright, sure. Why is the stream health so bad? Oh well. Yeah, Stanley Parable, here we go. Obviously Stanley didn't get the memo of, you know, the coronavirus, so I think he's the only one in the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I'll follow the main route for now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The game isn't here to make you happy.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. How to solve a... Oh. Use slides to assure employees everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throws a bevel on all the text. This one's so... Everyone's unique. You, most of all. Okay. Hello.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh, the whole reason why my dad plays is because I wonder if he'll actually get it. I kind of want to try this on my mum as
Baffling that
well.
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
For some reason, ZL and L are crouch. Don't know why.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I just wanted that bit, admittedly. Right, back on track.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whatever you say, voice. The executive boss's shit. Oh, hello. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Sure, alright, okay. The executive shitter. Let's see. You got a fucking minesweeper, mate? No minesweeper, okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, elite! Hey, Lester, how you doing?
2845.
I have those same bookshelf models. I mean, I think this is like basic. I think this is made in Source. I'm not too sure. L. There you go.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I love this game. Oh, it's very dark. Very dark, actually. I can't see shit. Was it this dark in the original? I genuinely don't remember. I did the brightness settings correct, didn't I? Oh, is it the fucking brightness thing on my fucking TV? You wouldn't be surprised if it is, actually. No good, how about you both? Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'll come back for you, my love. What the hell? What's that? Oh, it's a fan, okay. I was wondering what that was. Let there be light.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature.
God, that's bright.
Each bore the number
what's
of
that?
an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Because that's
nothing.
corrupt, if that's genuinely corrupted or not. Where's Stanley? There's Stanley! Hey. Sonic Frontiers just got an official listing as an RPG. Really? Well, that's gonna be interesting.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This guy hams it up,
There
and I
was the
fucking
proof,
love it.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So do you think this is what people see? This is what people think Elon Musk taking over Twitter is going to be like?
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No. Game begins.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere
This is what Elon Musk's cat
moments
girl
away.
factory is going to look like.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
a very nice scenery.
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
When do I wait? What's that weird? It's a weird car park there. Taking the sights for a moment, you know. Curious what's back here. Yeah, you ever think about that? Hey? Maybe I wanted to go back to work. Just, you know, out of my own free will. No, you don't think about that, do you? Only think about yourself. Okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Right, so this has been the Stanley Parable for the Nintendo Switch. You feel like we've seen any more? No. That's just one of the endings. There's a lot more. I think, if I remember, I'll double check the achievements. You can't jump seriously with disable it, alright. Yeah, there it is. Door 430 5 times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Alright.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Alright, what's 417? 420, blaze it. There we go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
486? Oh, 4B6, alright. He's a 437, so it's 437 here?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
4, okay. Oh, there you go.
Now, back to door number 437.
I can't pass it again, haven't I? Yeah, there it is.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Oh, Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Can I get there? You go.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I know what that one is.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine do that one again. Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I love this game. Okay, moving on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Cream
well.
pog, cream
Perhaps he
pog.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. Oh, wait. Yeah. Ip dip to Cascody, fuck it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hello,
Look,
Officer
Stanley,
Campbell.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley.
Absolutely.
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Well, fuck that door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
Get the
free
baby.
to
I'm not
be
doing the
honest.
baby ending,
I'm
dude.
looking for some
There's
real
no way, not
critical
for 3
feedback
hours.
here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
He's
I
so
guess it
bitter.
isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
A 1? Huh? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neil did it in 2 seconds. Fucking hell. These are the times the speedrunners wish they have. I wonder if those are actual profile pictures or if they just, like, cherry-picked it. Oh, fuck you. I've not spent that much time into it, assholes.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me put it up.
Just trying to convince people to invest in this Green Knuckles comic book.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Oh, God.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think
I'm
the
not saving
art
you.
world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Heartless bastard. Whoa! Oh, Firewatch!
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
Right.
Perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I'm actually surprised, but because in the original it was Minecraft, so I was genuinely expecting Minecraft. But all right, sure, Firewatch, I guess. I've never played this game. I've heard it's good, but you know, like, oh, okay. This guy talks like a classic Disney villain.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh, gee, oh god, oh god.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League? What the hell?
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big
Are you
box
kidding me?
to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be...
I thought it'd be Portal. That's what it was last time.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Didn't want to say
We shall run
soccer or
the
football,
bases
you
and do a
cowards.
touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that's huge. Right. There you go. Whoa! Whoa, hey! Whoa, okay, we're picking up some speed here.
Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked...
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Oh no, shit! I didn't mean to! Oh fuck! I didn't mean to fall! Whoops! Oh, okay. Oh dear.
I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I have a feeling there was more to that ending. Whoops! Oh, shit, did I fall? Yeah, it is familiar. This will be familiar for some people. Like, I genuinely don't know if I was meant to fall down or not, or if, like, there were more games planned for that ending. Okay, what do I do now? Where do I go? I can't see shit. Guess I'll walk the other way. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean.
Would have died if you went to a Mario World.
Yes.
A part of me
Yes,
wants
I'll
to
be back
get that
if I
ending
want
again
to.
and see if there's more to
Once
it,
this ends,
or if I
after it
was
all
just meant
comes
to
a
fall down.
close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Right, we'll try this again. I'm gonna go for that ending again, and if it's nothing past Rocket League, I'll just end it. I'll just restart. 'Cause I should be able to, yeah, begin the game again. So
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Frontiers is an RPG because you level up Sonic like an Unleashed. I mean, I guess that's an RPG, but... fuck, okay, let's do this.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Hey? It's literally... You're literally walking through a door to the new content. Okay.
for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Right.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's very low quality.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's...
This is very on the nose.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken?
Okay.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
What is this?
All right.
What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Fucking skipping rope in this bitch. Press any buttons, jump. Pressing any button here. Aww.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh, for fuck's sake, okay.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance?
It does it? Oh my god, yes he does! I didn't see that there, what?
Department signed off on this. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I played Unleashed on the Wii. It was hard, especially the control, and I'm still planning to replay Unleashed on the 360, but only after playing Silver Story in 06. I mean, people playing the motion controls are on Unleashed, but you could always just... Oh, hello. You could always plug in a classic controller, but... What the fuck? Here's the new content.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
If you're going to reference Among Us, I swear to God. Coffee nut? Ah, sweet, my favourite GoldenEye level.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special
What the
and
fuck?
tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been
What the
storing
fuck?
all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you
Good
of how
times.
wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Nintendo Switch port? Remember back in October when the game originally launched? Back then, it had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the wait.
Does it? Does it mention like all the console ports, like a cheap PlayStation 4 port and shit like that? That's great. That's fucking great. Okay. Oh, that's fucking Limited Run, isn't it? Wait a minute. The Last of Us. Yeah, because Last of Us won best story. Oh my god. The first dollar, of course. You gotta have the first dollar. God, it's like, don't play 5 years. I remember that achievement. It's impossible to get this achievement. British Academy Award, the British Academy Award, the British Academy Award. Oh, nominees. They never won this shit. Stanley Parable deals tough choices.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
I'm surprised you
it's
can
nothing.
mention those.
It's no games at all.
Because it's still
It
copyrights.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Of course, the extra content is them stroking their own ego. I guess. Oh, it's down here. Oh, maintenance. Okay. I mean, there was another route beyond the vent. I just chose to go in the vent. Person of the year. Is that Stanley, is it?
Here's another moving passage. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything
Not perfect enough
else.
for a
It
9 out of
didn't
10.
need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Nintendo Switch. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Just shitting on the Switch. I love it. I wonder if they mentioned the other consoles.
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my
No,
god.
oh god, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these are
Sonic is nervously sweating in the other room. Oh, there it is.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating
This is literally a
than
Steam
entertaining.
review.
And funny. I'm not trying to be
Whoa!
funny. I'm
Okay.
trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Nice weather. See, the rain is the reason why the game was delayed so many times. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I just got it. Fuck, I'm stupid. Pressurized gas. What? Steam? Pressurized gas, in a way, so to speak. Yeah, it was on Steam, so... Okay, you can't technically mention Steam, so... Yeah, alright. That's fair, I'll give him that. I'm in front of Mario, you ignore it. I'm in front of Sonic, you read it out loud. Omega lol. I didn't see, did you? Oh, you did. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, hey, look! Someone recommended it! You know, you can calm down.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Are they floating? Right. Anything else I should keep it? No, okay. Oh, here we go.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh boy.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few
I think Fidget
minutes,
is
but
banging
it was
on the door.
plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal...
Oh boy.
Oh, well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to
Oh,
say
there's a
maybe
clock over there, I just
30,
noticed.
45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
Oh god.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Oh my
Have you ever
God.
sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all.
Jesus. What's that? Looks like there is a difference in this. When you use Steam, he'll say about the Steam review, but in the consoles version says pressurized gas. What a difference. Well, in this, he literally said like crappy Nintendo Switch port. What does he say on the Steam version? Like, he actually calls out the Switch, and I think that's because I'm playing the Switch version. So what about like the Steam version? Does he just say like Steam port? That's coming from somewhere. This is getting depressing.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain.
What the fuck even is this?
The end is never the end, 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 is.
Where is this building up? This building up to something. I just know it is. Oh, hello. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, so the building deteriorates over time. Right, I get it. And that stopped blinking because the battery ran out in it and they never replaced the battery. Oh, hello. Sun is shining in the sky. I can finally see the light. Gotta press the skip button again. Am I gonna find myself in Aperture Laboratories with the fucking grass growing? After 10,000 years, I'm free. Oh. Okay, it's starting to get a bit creepy now. Ah, what was that? Skip button. Stay with me now, buddy. I think I need you. Oh my God. Skip button, skip button, skip button. We gotta go back, man. Where's your brother rewind button? Come on. Skip button says no. When did I step into Journey? I thought Journey was PS3 exclusive. Oh, okay, we're just back, are we? Alright, sure. Well, okay, yeah, just gonna ignore that, sure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Just gotta ignore that. You know, carry on with life. Pretend we never press the skip button. Turn off these IBM PCs. Just gotta okay. New concept. Sure.
Good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Do you now? Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to sit through that bloody intro again. Existential crisis shit. Oh, okay. Thank God we skip all that shit.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
Tommy, no, he's
was a
lying.
landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I like how this... I like how this is clearly a MacBook. Like, this is clearly an iMac.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
This is a very low sofa. This is not Photoshop. This is Google Docs.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take
Have you
a
not
look at
now?
some of the
Okay.
features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yeah, just say you're making a sequel and put it on Kickstarter. You'll get on the money. I want to ride the bus. Let me ride the bus. Typical. Gotta fucking walk. That was opposed to new shitty bus times. Oh my god. Okay.
Here we are. Go
Someone
on.
was having
Try
fun
out
with
some of
this.
the new features.
Wait. What? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley
It's gonna
Parable
say Stanley,
2,
didn't
I
it? It's
asked
gonna say
myself,
Stanley.
what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
So this is either gonna say Stanley or player name or just name.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you
Okay,
play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's
I didn't
take a
expect
deep
it.
breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching
Clean
your
my glasses
dreams
right now.
crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see! What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim sucks at Rocket League. Shut up everyone, Jim. Name's Jim. Welcome to Jim Plays Games on YouTube. Been starting on my channel for a little bit. Trying to do the Stanley Parable. Button says your name when you press it, so we're going to give it a try.
Jim.
It hits even
Oh.
harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
So yeah, so as you can see, the button works. I say give the game a go. It's about £20. I think that's $30 in America. I don't really know. I'm Jim, you see. I'm not exactly part of the economy crisis. Let's press it again.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose
No!
all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Well, so they got rid of Jim. So because they got rid of the Jim system, did you just change the fucking... Alright, so for context, I'm part of a Discord group with system. He just changed the fucking group I got to the button name and just changed the Tommy as Jim now. So yeah, I'm Jim. Shut the fuck up, Jim. Right, let's go through this. Hopefully by the time the ending resets, I'll be back to my shittiest
I
self.
suppose I could allow
My
only
fat,
people
depressed
named
self.
Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Alright, so they haven't really quite planned it out yet, but that's fine. You know, there's someone called Jim. I say take your time, because of course game development takes a while. Holy shit, who the fuck's that guy? That is absolutely terrifying. God, that actually is terrifying. Fuck me, alright. Ooh, free achievement. Oh, you have me a free achievement. But settings world champ. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm Jim. I quite like the world champion, so let's check it out. Okay, it seems it's still in development. That's alright. You know how us Jims be. We just like to see what opportunities there are. But I'm quite interested in that free achievement though, so let's go get that here. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now,
What a lovely
here's
job,
something
like.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Isn't this just Bendy's ink machine?
Okay,
I don't know.
perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
System 509 says, "Hey Jim, could you pick an accent and stick with it, please?" Nah, see, that's the thing. Us Jims, we tend to change our accents quite a bit. As if the guy who would do a voice of us has no fucking idea what a Jim would sound like. So, you know, he's sort of trying his best, but you know, as a Jim, I say our accent changes quite a bit. Like he's trying to go for a Brummie, but somehow racist. But, you know, I'm just a gym, so...
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Yes, the jump circle, my favourite
What?
part.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley
Well,
Parable
fuck
2
you.
as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Nice decorative piece when it's a fucking duodecillion. Not really a circle in it, it's just a fucking duodecillion. And for those who don't know, a duodecillion is a shape with 12 sides. That's a gym fact for you there. No screenshots, you can't tell me what to do.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
How about I go with the one that you opened the fucking door and... Oh, I see. Okay. Stepniece. What do you do, stepniece? That's the joke in the animes, isn't it?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Now, as a gym, I'm pretty offended. This is the problem with gyms. Their opinions are never taken into consideration. You ask for an opinion, and boom.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh wow, they actually they actually changed the. Fair enough. You got nothing to say about this one? Okay, it's fine. Of course, if you want to be a gym, that's all good too.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
You can give me the
it's a
bucket.
much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
What the fuck?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Is that a texture error? I'm a gym, so... Well, I've got to keep this fucking bucket with me, haven't I? That's fine. Us gyms like buckets. I'll see what happens
Does
from
anyone
here.
give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should
Not
be
really,
an
mate.
award if it isn't already.
I couldn't tell if that was part of the game, or if that was my headphones. He gave you a bucket plus 2 charisma. He did. I will give him that. I have a feeling that Infinite Hole is gonna be a disaster. So as a gym, I'm gonna avoid it, and I'm gonna. Oh, okay. You are here. How did it know? Is a good question. Us gyms don't really know. Oh, the X is that way. Ah, I see. Okay. So, that's going to be last. Collect them all. We're going Pokemon in this bitch.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
So we're collecting U2s. What? Okay, that's it then. Thank you for wasting my time.
It's the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Right, let's see what this infinite hole is about. Is that the logistics of this hole?
Stanley,
I think this guy
here's
hates
an
video
idea that I'm
games.
truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
See, as a gym, I wouldn't normally do this sort of stunt, as infinite hole sounds quite terrifying. But I'm not a gym, I'm a Stanley, so I think it's worth a shot. YOLO, as they say in gym times.
You see,
Holy
isn't it
shit,
wonderful?
that's actually...
one of my more ingenious
hello.
concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
See, I'm kind of curious what happens if I just keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
We're playing Splash or Crash in this.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh!
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things.
Why are there so many fags down here?
Put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now,
There we go.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
As a gym, I like to do things more than once.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
They get smaller.
Did the hole seem
Oh.
even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Is it going to get shorter
Had
every time?
enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
If this starts to become a thing where...
It gets smaller.
Okay, yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the whole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the whole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the whole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the whole not infinite, but it's barely even a... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Okay. And it's got the bucket to keep me company. So, you know. What was that? Noises. I don't like noises. Uh-oh. Mate! Mate! If you could get the teleport to work, that'd be great, mate! See, as a Jim, I'm actually quite terrified right now. Oh, okay. Any button change your perspective. I like this music though. You chose it. Oh God! Oh Jesus! What is this? Change your perception. What is this? Like the Resident Evil DualShock edition? Change your reality? What the f- the fuck? What the fuck? What? Is he upside down? He's upside down. What the fuck even is this?
Stanley?
Someone get a map out on this backwards message.
Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, here we go again. Okay, there we go. Phew. Thank God for the restart, actually. Right, okay, cool.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Right, as a GM, I think I've had enough, and I think it's time to just call it a day. So, I think the exit was over here. So, let's just call it a day, yeah? Sounds like a good idea to me. Get out of this hellhole. I've seen enough of Stanley Parable 2. And I think I just want to continue with Ultra Deluxe right now.
Alright, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Someone left their bag here. So, someone call security? Someone left the bag? No, okay. Well, it's their loss if it gets nicked then. You say no screenshots, but as a
What do
gym,
you think?
I
Do
break
you
the
like
rules.
all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
As long as that hole's not there, I think I say I'm pretty good
Are
with
you
this.
ready? Here it is.
I don't like those
give
noises I'm
you
hearing.
The Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
You just get me out of here, that'd be great, mate.
The structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Alright, what have you got for Jim? Good old Jim today. Oh, Jesus Christ, what have you made? The game technically hasn't reset yet, so I'm still Jim. Might as well begin the game. New game, new streamer. Hence why I'm Jim.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a brick building
balloons!
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. As as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Fucking
call a
balloons.
meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Is there a bucket? No, it's the bucket. Oh, there it is. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I sure did, mate. I sure did. What's the fucking red thing? Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the
The
door on
bucket
his
was
left to
wrong.
go back to the... And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
God, what? Is the broom closet gonna be different?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket.
was wrong.
It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is
Do I actually
your
put the bucket
companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had
You still put it in
imagined.
the sequel though, buddy.
Wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Wrestling's fake. There, I think I showed the broom closet who's
I
boss.
got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see,
A
I
bucket.
feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Ah, it's a bucket.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Right, moving on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Bucket, open the fucking door.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Avoids good thing the quiz doesn't take any prep time. I'm calling it 12:30, damn it. 12:30. I've got an hour, so I can enjoy this shit with the bucket. Because it's a bucket system. It's a bucket. Do you have a bucket? No, you don't. That's why I'm better than you. Because I've got a bucket. You know, I see your bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
This is stupid. I love it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
It's literally the game. It's the same game, but now he's talking about a bucket. Like, I have a feeling that if I didn't bring the bucket, he would just keep saying you should have brought the bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped
Where's
the
employee
bucket in
bucket?
shock.
Where's employee
Everyone
bucket?
in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
To the
his own
bucket.
life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking,
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I'm just here for the bucket, man. Wouldn't it be some shit if they just release buckets?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live. Once they stepped
Bucket
into
said,
this
"Fuck the
massive door,
police."
The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie,
Sneeze.
any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing...
Oh, you can't do this to me.
Do
you know how much I sacrificed?
With the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
And that's it. Okay. Hang on a minute. Do I want to take you with me? Fuck
Stanley
it.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct
I'm curious about the other ending.
way to the meeting room.
Is it going to be
Stanley had
bucket-themed
felt the bucket
games?
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the
Oh,
way
hello.
to the top. There's
Hello.
something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
Oh my god, wait, he's one of the Stanley figures!
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
It's one of the fucking Stanley figures! Shit, how do I get to it? Bollocks! No, said the bucket.
No, stop.
Oh.
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest
God,
of the
we gotta
game
go through
if
like
not
what is
addressed
and isn't a
quickly and
bucket.
properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
We're actually doing this, aren't we? We're actually doing this. Okay. Oh my god, okay.
Now then, I'm going to
It's a
run you
fucking
through
quiz
some test
show.
scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this
Okay.
a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
How was I supposed to know?
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
This guy thinks he's clever, doesn't he? Wait, but if it's a 3D print, it's still a bucket, because I can still put stuff in it. So it's still a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
I know that if I press no on any of these, he's going to be like, no, that wasn't a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
What the
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Alright, where are you going with this?
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a
Okay.
bucket? Incorrect.
Bitch!
This is a bucket.
How? How the fuck is that a bucket?
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Fuck's sake. Let's get out of here.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Sure, fuck it, why not?
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was
Jesus
a bucket?
Christ.
Oh my god, I have no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get
I
some
wonder what was
clarity
going through the
on that
voice
issue.
actor's mind
But it
when he
doesn't
saw
change
this
the
part of the
fact
script.
that we haven't got a game. So, Tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we're still in the sequel. At least the time's accurate. Wait, is it? Like, you feel my brain cells dying, and I don't have a lot of those left, man. Anything I feel, I'm the one dealing with a fucking bucket here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You know, I think this is enough time to end the stream. I think I've dealt with enough buckets for now. And I kind of hope we can get back to the original Stanley Parable, because there's a few endings I still haven't gotten yet. Unless it's just the same, but, you know, I can just get rid of the bucket. Actually, I'm gonna... Is it even worth finding out? Fuck it. I'll just see what happens. I'll ignore the bucket entirely, and then I'll just do the wrong shit again and see if that leads to anything different. I doubt it will, but who knows?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Fuck you.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
So I
just to
do
admire it.
actually want to go back to that ending.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait. 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 Ha 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 ha.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Sweet. Oh god, where's it taking me now? What the fuck?
Stanley
Okay.
had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I mean, I didn't expect that. Right. Now I'm ending it here. Now I'm probably ending it here. Right. This is weird, man. I mean, it's great. It's great to have more content for Stanley Parable, but Jesus Christ, too many buckets. But yeah, so this has been the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. If you like what you're seeing and see more bullshit, let me know down below. I don't think I'm going to get all the endings on this. I'm not going to make this a continuous stream because Jesus Christ. There's way too much shit. But alright. I've got nothing to add really on my usual outro other than subscribe. See you later. Thank you guys so much for watching.